Good Saturday morning, ABC 10 meteorologist Brendan Menchef here with a look at the forecast for today because, frankly, today is a soggy Saturday. Some very heavy rain this morning. Heavy Sierra snow continues, as you can see behind me here from the Donner Lake camera. But by the time we get to Sunday, things are going to be looking quite a bit better. We'll start with the ABC 10 weather impact headlines. The heaviest rain is behind us now, which is the good news. That last band of rain moved through fairly early this morning between roughly 4 and 7 a.m. Still going to see some showers through lunchtime on Saturday, but after that, we're pretty much done with the rain. Some strong wind gusts, 40 to 55 miles per hour, are possible for the next few hours. Wind advisory continues until noon today, but heavy Sierra snow continues all day long. That's not going to taper off until we get into the kind of middle part of the evening, close to 8 o'clock or so. This means extremely difficult travel today. The bottom line on the Sierra thing is if you don't have to go up to the high country, if you don't have to go over Interstate 80 or US 50, simply don't, because it is just a mess up there. Here's a look at the last 12 hours. That's yesterday's rainfall, then the pause, then that heavy band that moved through this morning that I was talking about. Still some pretty heavy rain up in the far northern part of the valley. I'm recording this, as you can see, about 8:15 in the morning on Saturday. So that heaviest rain's already moved through. Pause in the rain for, we'll say, 2 hours or so. And then by the time we get towards about 10 o'clock to noon, we're going to see this kind of showery stuff move on through during the lunchtime hours. After that, though, that's pretty much it. And I do expect we'll have a mainly dry afternoon. One other thing to point out, this band of rain that moved through, as it moved through the Bay Area, there was just enough rotation in the storm that it actually prompted a tornado warning for downtown San Francisco, potentially the first one that's ever been issued for downtown San Francisco. But interesting little tidbit there. Again, wet, soggy, rainy start to Saturday across the Sacramento Valley and the Sacramento metro area. Because of that, flood advisory until noon on Saturday, which means we're seeing ponding on roadways. We're seeing widespread urban flooding. Don't drive through flood water. You don't know exactly how deep it is. Even if it doesn't look that deep, just don't drive through it. Be safe. Better safe than sorry. This, again, continues until noon because of that heavy rain that we've seen. And even though the heaviest rain's behind us, that doesn't mean we're totally in the clear because, again, that's going to take some time for that water to drain off of the roads. Here's a look up in the high country. US 50 at Pioneer Trail, US 50 at Echo Summit. Can't even see the road there. It is completely snow-covered at Echo. Interstate 80 at the old Ag Station. Interstate 80 at Donner Summit. Whiteout conditions, can't see the road, and there's some blowing snow up there as well. So very, very difficult travel. Chains are obviously required for all vehicles. Look, if you don't have to go up there, I'll say it again, you don't have to go up to the Sierra today. Simply don't. Here's the maximum wind gusts that we've seen as of 8 o'clock Saturday morning. Sacramento International Airport, 48 mile per hour wind gust. Sacramento Executive seen 45, Stockton 44, downtown Sacramento 35, Modesto also 35 mile per hour wind gusts. So we have definitely seen the wind. I haven't seen the 50 mile per hour gusts that we thought we might see across parts of the valley, thankfully. But certainly gusts 35 to 45 is nothing to scoff at. That wind advisory continues until noon on Saturday. In terms of rainfall so far, we've added a lot of rain just Saturday morning alone. So these are the totals through 8 o'clock in the morning on Saturday. Vacaville, 2 inches and a quarter. Marysville, almost 2 inches. Oroville, about 1 3/4 inches. Same story down Sacramento Executive. Downtown Sacramento, same story there. Roseville, about 1.5 inches. Stockton, over 1 inch. Manteca, over 1 inch. Modesto hasn't seen quite as much rain as of yet. Modesto, just over 1/2 inch. Tracy, just over 1/2 inch as well. And a look at the snowfall so far. Palisades, Tahoe, over 2 feet. Sugar Bowl at 2 feet. Boreal, about 2 feet. Kirkwood, 17 inches. North Star, 16 inches. Sierra at Tahoe, 15 inches. Mammoth, 15 inches. Mount Rose, 14 inches. Dodge Ridge, 13 inches. And Heavenly, 9 inches. And I'm still expecting about another foot to come for most of the Sierra. Through the daytime today in the valley, that heaviest rain, again, is behind us going through the rest of the morning, but still going to see some showers all the way through the lunchtime hours. Temperatures this afternoon in the middle 50s. I do expect we see some clearing, especially around 4 o'clock or so, before we'll see some more clouds potentially working their way in through this evening. Again, it's going to be windy, though. Can't stress that enough. Here's a look at futurecast and temperatures. There's a brief period of drying in the valley through, we'll say, the mid to late morning hours before, as we get closer to lunchtime, maybe one more go with some showers, and then clearing in the afternoon. We may even see some mostly sunny skies across parts of the valley, but the Sierra is going to continue to see heavy snow all day long. This is now 8 o'clock on Saturday, and it's still snowing in the high country. So this just goes to show you they have a lot more time left with the rain and the snow than we do here in the valley. By Sunday morning, this is 5 o'clock Sunday morning, temperatures in the teens and single digits, 6 degrees up in Truckee tomorrow morning. Look at this. This is fog across the valley. So we're right back to where we were, right? We had that dry pattern fog in the mornings. Well, now the last few days we've had wet starts, right? Not as cold in the mornings. Well, now that the wet weather's out of here, we're back to the fog. So I do expect some fog to form in the valley for Sunday morning. Could be dense at times as well. That fog will lift. We'll have some clouds building in through Sunday, but we stay dry across the region on Sunday. We're back in those mid-50s. By the time we get to Monday morning, though, I know we're not quite there, dry all the way through Sunday, but by Monday morning, you're starting to see some rain. By Sunday evening, by Monday morning, that'll work its way into the northern valley. So still have another round of rain to come, although it's not going to be as heavy as the system that we're dealing with today. So additional rainfall at this point is not much. It's going to be very showery across the valley. Maybe we'll see another 1/10 to 1/4 of an inch of rain. That'll be about it in terms of additional rainfall with this Saturday system. In the high country, I'm still expecting another foot to almost 2 feet for places like Donner. So by the time we get to Sunday morning, once that system is wrapped up, it's no longer snowing. Again, another 1 to 1.5, maybe even 2 feet of snow for some locations in the high country. Let's talk about the wind real quick as well. That wind advisory continues until noon today. We did have wind advisories and high wind warnings out in the Bay Area. Those have since been lifted as the strongest winds are behind them out there. But look at this through noon. So this is when that wind advisory expires. That doesn't mean it's not gusty anymore. Still definitely gusty, gusts 35 to 40 miles per hour by lunchtime, slowly tapering off as we go through the afternoon. So this is 3 o'clock Saturday now. We're still seeing gusts, but now more like 20 to 25, maybe 30 miles per hour up in the high country. Definitely still seeing blowing snow through the afternoon. Wind gusts in the South Lake Tahoe area could easily be about 50 miles per hour. By Saturday evening, now that wind has died down across the valley and it's dying down across the Sierra with localized gusts over 30 to 40 miles per hour. By Sunday morning, importantly, that wind is over for the region, but it's especially important for the valley. Remember, I said we could see some fog Sunday morning. With the lack of wind expected, that will allow some of that fog to form. So over the next 7 days, we still have another chance of rain on Monday. We're dry on Sunday. There's that rain chance Monday. Then we're dry headed off into the rest of the work week. Look at the dip in temperatures, though, for Monday. Maybe only in the upper 40s for high temperatures, maybe 50 degrees. Regardless, it is definitely going to be one of the coldest days we've had in 2024, if not the coldest day in 2024. So far, the coldest high temperature of this year is 48 degrees. That was all the way back on January 13th. The forecast high for Monday, 49 degrees. We are going to be very, very close. Regardless, Monday looks like one of the coldest days we will have in 2024. Weather impact alert continues today. Mainly for the Sierra at this point, but also for the winds in the valley. Tomorrow, some fog in the morning, then some clouds, mixed with sun and clouds, we'll say, in the afternoon. Temperatures in the low to mid 50s for Sunday. Monday is going to be cold, upper 40s, low 50s. I'll say it one more time, one of the coldest days we're going to have this year. 50s, though, return on Tuesday and for the rest of the work week, back in those mid 50s. The first day of winter comes around next Saturday. It's about a week from now, and we might have another round of rain. This could be heavy rain, too early to tell, but definitely the models are pretty consistent in keeping a chance of rain into next weekend. And then we're getting closer to the Christmas holiday, and it does look like we dry out. Long-range models, I'm just going to say it, no graphics to go with it because we'll keep an eye on it. Long-range models showing the potential for some rain and snow in Northern California again on Christmas Eve, which would be Tuesday, right? It's the 11th day, not quite on the graphic. Still a ways away. Definitely something to watch, though, especially if you have travel plans. So make sure to stay tuned right here to ABC 10 and ABC 10 Plus. Thanks for watching.